mercy, what a stop!
My goodness, what a save!
What a save! What a glove save there, but what a stop! Looked like a sure goal. You talk about an A-plus save and maybe the save of the night.
Welcome to the Goalie Science Podcast, where we break down the science of goaltending, coaching, and everything in between. I'm Dr. Jamie Phillips, former professional goalie, board-certified physical therapist, and goalie performance specialist, alongside my co-host, Derek Boujan, owner of Boujan Goaltending and On Ice Hockey Performance Center. Whether you're on your way to a game, gearing up for practice, or just tuning in, grab your favorite drink and let's drop the puck on this week's episode. Welcome to another episode of Goalie Science Podcast, episode 134. Hot start, pre-show. Derek, you're looking very slim today. What's new?
Oh yeah, I'm chiseled. I'm cut out of granite. Yeah. This is an extra large shirt. It got heavy and tight on me, so I'm 4 days into my diet. When I say diet, it's I eat whatever I want, but I do an intermittent fasting, so I have an eating window, which actually works really well for me. So I'll have a 6-pack by Christmas probably, but I'm down to like 4 pounds. But I just want to point out, I got this nice new B Clutch shirt. I'm not sponsored by B Clutch. It's just a nice mustard brown color, but I bought it, put it on. Made an omelet because I'm on this body of the temple now. Made an omelet and spilled like butter all over my new shirt. My new shirt was 8 minutes old and now it's got butter stains all over. So that's even more of a fat guy story. I gotta make better.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't we get B Clutch to sponsor? Because the owner, Quinn, let's see if I can say this right, Wallstedt. I always get it wrong. I played with his brother, Brett. His brother still plays, but I think we were in. Can't remember if he came into Tulsa with me or Jackson. We were playing together somewhere in the coast. Probably hard to get a sponsor now if I don't remember which teams. But I played a lot of teams as a suitcase. Oh, why are you doing a diet now? Shouldn't you wait till after the holidays?
Because I'm disgusting. Like I got to the point where I showered and I was like, oh my God, I'm gross. So we're going to be on the let's get less gross because you're disgusting diet. And I'm 4 days in.
Fair enough. Intermittent fasting is like the best way to diet because you really don't have to change what you're eating. You just change when you're eating.
Yeah. And it's like I'm a hockey coach. So like you go to a game and you lose and you want to drink whiskey. If you win, you want to drink Guinness. Like it's a license to be an alcoholic if you coach hockey. So I'm going to these hockey games and now it's like, yeah, can I get a water with 2 lemons? Like,
why don't you hop on the diet soda train?
I do. I'm on the Perrier. I'm on the sparkling water. But it's after 7:00. I can't have does vodka have calories?
Yes, alcohol has 7 calories per gram.
Yeah, I know. So there's nothing. I can't enjoy coaching hockey anymore because I have to be
You're coaching drunk.
Yeah. No,
That's all I heard there.
I'm gonna get canceled. Everyone thinks I'm coaching drunk.
You're gonna have to have the breathalyzer before you get on the bench. I'm saving my diet till after the holidays. It's kind of the best one. I've gotten a little gross. However, I've also been trying to add a little bit of muscle. It's actually the first time ever. You know what my wife said? She's like, "Your arms kind of look big." No one's ever said that to me ever. So I was kind of like, must be it's obviously the shirt. But
She read one of those good marriage books where it's like the husband. Now she's telling you look big.
she's like, what's your love language? Like, oh, easily words of affirmation.
Yeah.
That makes sense now why she's been complimenting me so much.
That's funny.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm waiting till after the holidays because I'm not gonna lie. Well, American Thanksgiving was last weekend. I might have had cookies for breakfast 4 days in a row. My wife's an unbelievable baker, and she knocks out of the park with the dairy-free cookies and stuff. So I wake up and when I go and answer emails and do those things, I'll just have a coffee and 4 cookies, and it's just perfect. Hits every time.
Have you ever watched Modern Family?
No, just here and there episodes, but not consistently enough to make references.
Top 5 sitcom of all time. Like, it's hilarious. Like, if you haven't watched Modern Family and you need something, like, just to kinda, like, watch while you do work and stuff, like, Modern Family's perfect. It's funny. But there's an episode where Jay, who's, like, the grandfather, is in his office, and his daughter brings, like, a plate of cookies for, like, the whole office, and it just shows, like, the security camera. He keeps eating all the cookies, and it's just, like, that's all that reminded me of you. But huge Modern Family fan, man. It's great. Watch it. Time. Wait, before we go on. Top 5 sitcoms of all time.
Or I was just going to ask you what they were.
You go first, and then I'll correct you.
So yeah, you're right. Now we're gonna disagree because I already know you're number one. And I don't think it's that funny.
It's because you're not smart enough to get it. You're just not smart enough.
No, it's because everyone in Seinfeld, if you actually listen to it, they're all bad people. If you watch Seinfeld, they all
That's the point of the show, man. The whole point of the show, you obviously haven't watched the last episode. The last episode of Seinfeld, they go to prison for being bad people. That's the whole premise of the entire series.
Oh, well, then you know what? Maybe it's so meta that I don't understand it.
You're not smart enough to get it. I apologize that you're not cultured enough to appreciate the genius.
Okay, well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't really find Friends particularly funny either. I also like, I don't know. You're older than me in the fact that like sitcoms were really big in your teenage years, where they were on the out through mine. However, How I Met Your Mother, phenomenal sitcom.
That's for one for you?
I have to think so because it's probably the one I religiously watched growing up. I can't even really think of any other sitcoms that I was into other than How I Met Your Mother.
Okay, so then I'll give you the top 5. Alright, so number 1, Seinfeld. Like, no argument. If you disagree, stop following this podcast. Go and find another podcast because we don't want you. Seinfeld, number 1. Number 2, I would say How I Met Your Mother. Okay, sorry, wrong. I'd say The Office. US version of The Office.
Sorry, I get The Office is a sitcom, so I like The Office.
Seinfeld, The Office, How I Met Your Mother, 70 Show, number 4,
Mm.
and then number 5 is Modern Family.
Okay.
Those are Booge's top 5.
Okay, now that I understand the concept of a sitcom, it took me a little while to get. Sorry, but I'm since 4 a.m.
This is confirmation that you're not smart enough to understand Seinfeld if you didn't know what a sitcom is.
No, I know what a sitcom is, but like in my brain, the structure is like the same Seinfeld and Friends structure. Like the premise is like, and How I Met Your Mother share same theme. Whereas like, okay, so mine would be How I Met Your Mother. Here's my hot take though. Parks and Rec.
Oh, that's
my 2. And then The Office. Don't know what else. So I never really got into like Community. Is that the one? Community? Yeah, I never really I watched it.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, never really got into it. Honestly, it's kind of the 3 that I've just enjoyed the most. So I have to say
Community is good. Community's Chevy Chase is in it, right?
Yeah, so like Donald Glover and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a good show.
I just see all these shows I would see at like random hotels in the middle of nowhere, and I'd be watching it. But I can only say those 3 because those are the 3 that I've religiously watched, and I think Parks and Rec is so fun.
Parks and Rec is good. And like our good buddy Albo is screaming at whatever he's listening to right now. Probably like a dial radio because he's old and weird. But he is screaming that Always Sunny in Philadelphia should be on that list. But Albo, you're wrong. Like you can't hang. Sorry, bud.
I do. I watch a lot of It's Always Sunny, and then it kind of fell off because I was like, it's getting a little ridiculous. But
It's redundant, but it's good. Like, watch it for a couple hours. Always Sunny in Philadelphia if you haven't checked it out. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix now. If not, it's definitely on like Crave or something. But it's funny, but in blocks. Now I could put Seinfeld on and watch straight through, nonstop. And that's why I look like this, because I can do that.
yeah, hey, it's fair enough. We should probably talk. Well, welcome to the
Goalie is on sitcom podcast.
Goalie Science sitcom.
where do we have to bang our head against the wall about the Maple Leafs again? Because last night, Joe Woll left the game hurt again. Anthony Stolarz is hurt with a undisclosed, no idea what he's hurt. And we are now riding the Dennis Hill to be train.
That's when we were thinking about, there was a couple of things. The first one was, do you think that Wall gets like constantly injured? Do you think it's because they are rushing him back to play? Or is it just like something that's going on with his training, his preparation that we don't know? Like, or is it just a bad luck?
I don't know. You tell me. Like, you are supposed to be the guy who knows this stuff. But to me, it always seems like it's his left leg. Like, whether it's an ankle, whether it's a knee, like, they're not telling us. But it's something to do with the left side of his body.
Yeah, they don't. That's the problem, is they don't disclose. That's why they don't disclose those things, so that you can't target them like you target someone's wrist on RVH. But yeah, usually if it's a common theme, if it's like all left side, even if it's like, hey, one time it's the groin, one time it's the knee, one time it's the ankle, there's usually something going on. It doesn't take a genius that doesn't understand Seinfeld to know that there's a pattern there. But in pro sports, you'll see like the chronically injured player. This guy's always injured, and no matter what it is, usually it's because they rush them back too quickly. Like, they are assets.
What did they rush him back from? We don't know why he was gone in the first half. They never came out and told us. So we don't know. We assume it wasn't a physical something that he was out for. It was some sort of family matter, right? So I don't feel like they rushed him back, because now he's played 6 or 7 games.
But wasn't he out? I may be wrong, but wasn't he was out for a personal reason?
He was out.
Didn't he miss
family matter?
Didn't he miss a few games with a minor injury and then came back? Okay, I was wrong then.
No,
Thought he missed some of them.
Stolarz went out when he was in the AHL doing his conditioning stint. So they brought him back up from the conditioning stint, or I think he may have only played maybe 3 periods, so maybe they rushed him back then. But he's been unbelievable. Like, he's been unbelievable.
Okay,
and I'm not the other thing. The other thing I want to talk about too, and we haven't talked about this, but I want to talk about, like, if we fast forward in 5 years, which goalies that are currently like these young and up and coming guys that we think are like the guys that are going to be the poster NHL goalies. I think Joe Woll, like, if you can ever figure out staying healthy, is one of them. I've been saying that forever. But the other, like, man, I am a big fan of Dobes in Montreal. Like, Montreal fans had Carey Price. This guy looks like Carey Price. Like, let's not put that on him, but like in terms of like the calmness and the style and the technique.
You said it first. If Dobes equals Carey Price,
absolutely. And he's going to win Stanley Cups, which Carey Price never did. So all those Habs fans, guy's overrated. Completely overrated goalie.
Jovic has come down to earth a little bit. He started off so hot in his NHL career, but
yeah, did you watch that game against your buddy Omri the other night?
They were both fantastic. Yeah.
Oh my God, I watched the highlights yesterday morning with Weston, and it was like save after save after save. And Comrie was unbelievable too.
Yeah. No, I'm very high up on Dobes. Obviously, being a Montreal fan. Yeah, I think he has the potential to be one of those guys. I think obviously hop on the Wallstedt train right now. He's been super hot, but he's been, there's been a lot of hype around him for many years. And I love that Minnesota didn't just throw him into the NHL. They let him develop in the minors. And then now he's showing success. Shout out Richard Bachman, and goalie coach for the Iowa Wild, taking him for the last few years. I'm trying to think. That's a good question.
Askarov's going to be good.
Yeah, Askarov's.
He's proven that Nashville made a mistake.
Yeah, well, yes. I'm trying to think. Was it a mistake?
Yes.
To let him develop that long?
Or was it a mistake to trade him?
Yes, 100%. But he didn't want to play in Nashville, right? He said, unless
we didn't want to play on the AHL.
Yeah.
We need San Jose. Yeah, but I mean, what's going to happen now? Like, we talked last week about Nashville trading UC Saros to Edmonton. So how can you say trading Askarov was a good idea.
I don't say trading us. Well, that's true. That's a tough one because the trade wasn't a good idea. But do you let a player give you an ultimatum, right? And that Nashville decided they didn't want it. They knew he was good. It's just they didn't want to rush him. And let's not forget, Askarov started in San Jose in the American League. He did come off injury that summer. But he did play a good chunk in the American League to start.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is Nashville gave in to a guy that said, I don't want to play in the AHL trade. So they did. And now they're bottom of the league. They're going to have to sell off everybody. And we're talking about UC Saros leaving. And who's next? Like, who else do they got in the pipeline? If you trade a guy that becomes a number one goalie in somewhere else, you screwed up. Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to find number one goalies in the NHL? And yeah, that'll take a long time. Like, I'm a big Carl Vermelka fan. I like that guy. He's good. And he was in Phoenix for a long time, and he's been up and down, but like he's going to be another guy. Like, if these guys weren't on the West Coast, where most of the majority of the press is all East Coast primary focus, like we'd see way more of these guys. That's what I love about the Sportsnet app is I can watch all these out of market games and put it on, do my work at night and watch like watch some of these guys that other than just the highlights, but you watch the way they play. Like, man, Vermelka's good. Askarov is good. Dobes is good. Like, it's going to be 5 years. It's going to be completely, I think this is going to be one of the biggest turnovers in NHL history for goalies in the next 5 years.
My other two takes is I like that guy in Anaheim, smaller goalie. What's his name?
Lucas Dostal.
Oh, I like him
too.
I like him because he's not the most, well, I mean, I can't say he's not, but he doesn't like look as pretty as a lot of goalies, but he's just good at stopping pucks, positionally excellent, beats things on his feet. Like,
you know who else is like that is like Gibson. Like John Gibson is,
yeah,
like
he's not having a good time right now in Detroit. But he is like that, yes.
But who did Dostal play with for a long time? He was in the system with Gibson, right? And then we forgot Dustin Wolf in Calgary. And how about Devin Cooley in Calgary? Like, my gosh, there are so many good young goalies. And we forgot about the Canadian savior of goaltending, Logan Thompson.
My last pick here is, so I actually had a patient bring this up to me because we were talking. And I can never pronounce his last name. In Carolina, Peter.
Koyotchev. Yeah.
You know,
Koyotchev or something, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, our conversation was he thinks he's better than Sorokin. And I was like, there's no way.
I don't know that.
I went on a deep dive. Look, watch. Kochetkov. What's his name? Peter Kochetkov. Go watch both games. Different teams. Very different teams, very skilled. Kochetkov's numbers have been very good. He has absolutely torn apart the American League in the times he was down there, like crazy numbers. And he's been very good in the NHL. And I started watching a lot more of his game, and I'm like, all right, this guy's the real deal, James Neal. Like, he is good.
Is he injured right now? Because they got Ben Lucy up.
Yeah, I think he is.
And, you know, like we talked a little bit about it last week, and I watched his game last night, and we forgot another young guy who is Spencer Knight, man. That guy last night against the Kings. Okay, so then we talked about who do we think, and we'll get to our Christmas gifts because we want to talk about our Christmas gifts, and we're going to give away. Did we decide we were going to give away my free week of training today? I said,
yeah, but you never told me how you were collecting names.
I'll let you just randomly go through my YouTube, pick a comment on a random video, and that
they're literally just. I will do that.
You can do that. Listen, we're in a fight again.
What video was it?
Any of them. Just any video that I've made, any vlog that I've made, a comment, just pick. Are you doing that right now? Like, are you getting dead space?
You're talking, and I'm pulling up a video so that I'm prepared for it.
Okay, so while you're pulling up stuff, listen to me. So we talked with the young guys. Which bona fide number one goal in the NHL right now do we see in the next 2 or 3 years falling off the map? I would say, like, we could put, like, well, Bob's not having a great year. You got Saros. You got
What do you classify?
it's 17 goals they have in Detroit.
What do you classify as bona fide start, like number one? Like someone who is currently the number one on their team, or as someone you're like, this guy has been
Like, who's the next guy that's going to be traded and bounced around? Like, is it Demko? Is Thatcher Demko's run as being a good NHL goalie done because he can't stay healthy? Is it Saros as he's getting a little bit older? Is it Bobrovsky, won 2 Stanley Cups and Florida's in one right now? Like, is it Binner, who's got an 870 save percentage this year and still going to win the Olympics Canada?
I was trying to say probably Benner.
And then he's still going to win the Olympics.
Yes. When you were saying that, I was thinking Binner. You know that he doesn't get a lot of love around here, but Aiden Hill. I don't think Aiden Hill.
How about Carter Hart the other night? Carter Hart was getting torched in the AHL, gets his call up December 1st, comes in and gets a win.
But is he a bona fide number one starter?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
yeah. If you look at his numbers, career numbers, he's in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia was never very competitive. He was always around a 906 and 907. And even he had a year, I think, where he had a tough year where he was like an 870. But they were just abysmal that year, and he wasn't very good. But other than you take out that one outlier year, he was always around a 906 and 907, like 903, like in there on bad teams. And some of those years, like he had a GAA up around 3, like just over 3 and over 900. That means he's getting over 30, 33, 34 shots a game.
Yeah.
Like you put him in the West Coast, which I think was a good choice for him to go away from the Canadian media, away from the media, basically. And he's not going to be known in Vegas. I think he's going to be good, man. Like, I think that was sneaky good pick by Vegas. I was on the Edmonton Oilers go get him bandwagon, but he wasn't going to Canada, and Edmonton is just too scared to make a bold move and not waste the best player in the history of the game while he's in his prime by getting a goalie. So, but Carter Hart, man, I forgot to put him in. You're going to hear that name again in the next 2 years. Is very, very big. Whether we like him or hate him, that's not for us to say, but he's in the NHL and he's a good NHL goalie.
Yeah. Not gonna comment on that because either way you get canceled one way or the other again.
We're just talking about his on ice hockey.
Yeah.
I have no opinion on anything that happened.
I don't know how he mentally does it. Like this straight up. Like that he is all those guys are like the most hated people in hockey. He knows that he's one of the most hated people in hockey. And no matter where he plays, he's gonna get booed and be hated. And they're gonna unless the Vegas is locked down with the media questions, especially on the road. That is I don't know how he does it, but he's doing it.
That's above our pay grade. I'm sure he's got a couple mental coaches, I bet.
Going back to the Edmonton Oilers, goalies Woll is my favorite thing to talk about as it kills me. The Wallstedt shutting them out as they could have been a goalie that they had that they traded draft picks for.
Isn't that such an Edmonton thing?
It kills me because like it also I hate having to like rip on guys because I'm not trying to be like an armchair quarterback, but Colin Pickard, my gosh. It's not good. And we've known that. Like there's no surprises, but it's not good. Like I don't get it. Don't get it one bit. You can't tell me that the American League goalies aren't better than him.
Yeah, no, we can because Edmonton, it doesn't matter what he looks like when he plays. And that's what everybody sees. Like this guy won playoff games last year in the conference finals.
I know, but have you looked?
You didn't do that. He's way better than you.
He's way better than me. I know that.
You couldn't win playoff games in Caledonia Men's League Sunday morning. It was too good of a
I definitely could not win men's league games. That is for sure. But have you watched the goals he gives up?
You watch the goals Skinner gives up. You watch the goals that Bobrovsky's been giving up. The goals that Pinner's been giving up. Goals go in. This guy, somebody thinks that this guy is an NHL goalie. And somebody is giving this guy a 2-year deal. And this guy wins NHL. Pull up his stats because you're a dork and you're looking at it right now. Pull up his career numbers. And it doesn't matter what he looks like. He looks like Bill Rampert.
It's not about his
1990.
looks. I watch every Edmonton highlight. And it is painful. Okay, this year. Not good. 10 games, 4 goals against, 8-5-1. That's not good. Last year, 36. That's a lot of games. 2.71, pretty good. 900. Bakersfield the year before, pretty good as well. 23 games, 2.45, 0.909. Detroit would be his next NHL stint. 3 games, 4.3, 0.875. Yeah. So last year was his only year. No. The last 2 years were the only years in the NHL above a 900. But his goals against has been pretty solid up until this year and then his previous time. I did not know he played a game with the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2017.
I do. I remember that. I think they waived him after that game.
He has been pro for a very long time.
What's his NHL? What was he in the playoffs last year? What was his playoffs numbers last year? Because this is like when we say like somebody thinks he's an NHL goalie. And
last year he played 10 playoff games, the 2.85 and a 0.886. However, 7-1-0.
Yeah, win from there.
Like that's the most important metric there. Yes.
Okay, so all of these numbers, they tell us one thing.
He has a winning record by like a lot, though.
Yeah. I bet you he is the greatest teammate in the world.
Oh, for sure.
For Edmonton to re-sign him for 2 years after having a decent year, but to give that guy a 2-year deal, that guy has to be the best teammate in the world. And I'm not saying Calvin Pickard is a bona fide NHL backup goalie. Yeah, no, like I think you can upgrade for sure. But there's also something to be said about that guy probably loved by, I bet you 2 guys in that room, one of them named Leon and one of them named Connor. I bet you they love that guy. So be a good teammate, you can get paid millions of dollars.
In Bakersfield, they have Connor Ingram, who has NHL.
You try to bring Connor Ingram up? Like, really?
No, but they have that. And they have Matt Tompkins, who is a journeyman, 94. I'm really high up. Matt Tompkins played at Ohio State around the same time that I was playing school. I was in college. I did definitely play school when I was there. But I am a big Matt Tompkins fan. So I think he has 6 NHL games. Numbers aren't fantastic. And to be fair, he's not doing well in the American League this year, but I'm still high up on him.
Makes sense.
Makes weird. So that I have really good takes.
Yeah, so he's really gonna pan.
He's gonna
be
a stud.
Long-term product.
But I really just want Edmonton to fly. I just don't know. We talk about it every time. I just don't know if they're dead. Binner is announced that Edmonton's on Binner's no trade list. So that's not happening.
Hey, we already broke this news. It's UPL. Go get UPL.
I chewed on that a little bit after
UPL or Alex
last week's pod, and I
Buffalo.
don't
Go to Buffalo.
I don't hate that.
Get one of them.
Don't hate these goalies. But why would Buffalo get rid of UPL?
They still think Devin Levi is going to figure it out.
I hope he does, because I like Devin Levi.
I hope he does too, because he's Canadian, and I like Devin Levi, and he lives in Buffalo, which is 40 minutes from me, and I like watching goalies in Buffalo.
Isn't he doing super well in the American League right now?
No, I think he's doing really bad. his coach that went on social media and called him out and said the best thing for his development is making a save.
Well, to be fair, that is the best thing for everyone's development. Okay, he's not doing horrible, but he's not doing great. 14 games, 2.98, but 8.96, not ideal, but he's 9-4. So
Yeah, but check out, like, go to the last 5 games if you can. Like, that's what I always look at when you look at prospects, is like the last 5.
I don't know if I don't have I don't pay for elites, or not elite prospects premium, so I don't know.
Neither do I, but if you click on him in Elite, it should say at the top, past 5, past 10. You just got to learn how to use the internet, fella.
I'm not. Oh, hey, you're right. It does. I actually legit never noticed that. Last 4 games played, 12 goals against, 122 saves, and a .914.
So last 5 has been better.
Yeah, last 5's been better.
Yeah, so trending up. So Edmonton, what? Go trade for a goalie.
So the goalie, the coach yelling at him worked.
I guess so. I think we said that we didn't know if we liked that or not a couple podcasts ago.
Turns out we liked it.
Let's move on to more crazy open border stuff, because that's what gets a lot of
People actually wait. People really want to know your thoughts on the open border thing now that we're in it.
who people? What people?
Comments. The comments. You're not reading the comments?
We have comments? Am I supposed to read those? Are these YouTube comments? If people want to know, like, I got opinions. This is the best part about the open borders. Is so open borders is done. The OHF sends like an email out to everybody in the membership. So if your kid plays in the OHF, you got an email asking what your opinion was on open borders.
That's always a good sign.
Oh yeah. So like, I don't know if it went anywhere, but I sat down and I was like, all right, hold my beer. Here we go. And everything. Do you like it? No, hate it, stupid, hate it. And at the end I go, I used open borders to move my kid to another team. So I'm going off about how much I hate open borders, how I think it's stupid, and there's super teams and there's recruiting. And then I'm like, having said all this, I used open borders to take my son out of his home center to go play somewhere else. So that makes me like the biggest hypocrite ever. But I don't know if it went anywhere. I never got a response, but I put like a detailed. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And you know why? Because I said this last year when they said open borders, and like girls hockey, we talked about, we know there's an issue. Girls hockey teams for next year picked already. They're done. Boys is getting there. And I said last year, as we get further into open borders, the recruiting is going to start happening earlier and earlier. And as of recording date, it's December 4th. Coaches are not picked yet. They are picked yet. And recruiting has already happened. And I know this because I've already gotten calls from 2 different teams to go and play there. And it's December 1st. And my answer is like, hey man, like, my goal and my focus is on, I want my team and my kids' team to finish 5th place in our league. That's my focus. I'm not even thinking about next year. We haven't even played a playoff game yet. It hasn't even been Christmas yet. Like, I'm not even thinking about that stuff yet. Open borders is nutty. And it's starting right now. Like, it is December 3rd, and it is now the whirlwind and the rumors and the backstabbing and all of that's going to happen now, which I think is going to divide a lot of teams. Maybe not the players, but you're going to see a lot of parent groups on teams that have got along really well. And up until this point, you're going to start to see divides. And I don't like it. I don't like open borders. But the horses are out of the barn, and we can't chase them back now.
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't know. I think I might get in trouble for this. I don't really care. What, are they going to fire me? Whatever. But I don't think I told you this, but I got charged with tampering. Did I tell you that?
No, I know you were in the middle of like a TikTok scandal, but is that the same thing?
Oh yeah, same thing. So I was officially charged with tampering.
What is that? What is charging you include? You pay?
Well, I don't know. We had a hearing or whatever, and it was me versus an association that charged me with tampering, saying that I was tampering with players, and so we had a hearing and official. Like, there was a possibility like I could be suspended for a year. And I go to the hearing and zero evidence. Zero. They come at me with a Facebook post from somebody else that was the evidence. And I had documentation after this. I had like evidence over and over and over and over again about this. And I go to this hearing, I'm like, I got to defend myself. And the evidence is like, well, there's this one Facebook post that we saw. I'm like, okay, so I missed a night of work for this 10-second. This is the Facebook post. We want to charge him with tampering. And it's just like, okay, thrown away. But if I'm getting charged, probably 100, I'd say, well, more now. I'd say thousands of other tampering charges out there where two things that I want to say about open borders and how I think they can fix things. And these are just my opinions. Number one, they put in a rule where if you're coaching a team, you can't go to another association the next year and coach the same age group. I think that was a wonderfully good rule.
That makes sense.
I think that was very, very, I don't know.
Good foresight.
Foresight. That's the one I'm looking for. Very good foresight. Very good rule. Where I think they've made mistakes is there's the AP rule. And I hope the OHF is listening to this because maybe I can get charged with camps podcast.
Don't
worry, they aren't. But the AP rule is such a disaster, and this is my solution. You can AP, now that's open borders, you can AP for any team as long as you tried out for that team. So if you live in Caledonia and you're playing, say, Haldeman.
So that's right now, rule, or is this your suggestion?
No, this is my suggestion to fix the world because this is what I do. I'm an idea guy. If my kid was playing in Haldeman right now, because we live in Caledonia, he could only AP for the steal because the AP rule goes based off of where you're playing.
Okay.
Which is silly because it's open borders. So if my kid wanted to AP for Southern Tier, but we lived in Caledonia and we were playing in Glencaster or Haldeman, we couldn't AP for Southern Tier because the AP rules go by your drawing area, which is silly because there is no drawing area.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is you can AP for any team higher you're playing as long as you tried out for that team. So if you were the last cut from Southern Tier, but you live in Hamilton, you can't AP for that team. You could AP for the steal, who maybe you never even tried out for. Does that make any sense to you?
No, that it's super weird that they have borders for AP, but not for trying out. I feel like open board, you should AP for, you would think that you could AP for whoever you want, regardless of if you tried out or not, because it's open borders.
You would think so, but I mean, sure. It's the easiest thing to track in the world. If you registered for tryouts, you can AP for that team.
So then what would you have is everybody registering for every team to try out?
Well, if we said this in the fall, if a parent wants to spend $250 to register for a tryout just so they can AP, like that's silly. Like common sense, doctor of common sense. Nobody would do that.
And then you'd be surprised how people would.
But like that's silly.
But
so like let's
it
say
is silliness.
In Southern Tier, we only have one AA team that we can AP from. And that's Niagara Falls. Every other team in our drawing area is a single A team. So the only team that is a AA is one team in all of our area. We can't AP from outside of that. So our last cut, the kid who was the very last cut from us decides he wants to go play AA in Glencaster because Glencaster's AA program is really good. The second he goes to Glencaster, even though he tried out for us, was there the entire time, we can't AP him, and he can AP for Hamilton Steel, who he didn't even try out for. It doesn't make any sense. It's dumb. So I am going to plead that to make things so simple, you can AP for any team that you tried out for. It's too simple to not work.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense to me. I'm going to go back to this hearing thing. I'm just curious. Is it like an official court of law or is this like a kangaroo court of?
It's like kangaroo court. Like it's virtual meeting.
Is it like a board? Like there's no real lawyers. It's just like hockey board.
Oh, no, I had lawyers, man. Like if you're going to come after me, I'm going to war with a tank. I'm not going with a water gun.
I know you have lawyers, but did they bring lawyers? Like is there an actual judge?
Well, there's a panel.
Yeah.
like there's a panel of them. So the OHF is made up of membership groups. So the OMHA, the Alliance, Northern Ontario, the Ottawa League, GTHL. I think that's it. I think there's 5. Then there's like the president. So like there's a panel of like 7 people. So you do this. You go to this hearing and you give both sides, and then there's rebuttals, and like it's a hearing, and then they see if there's evidence, and they decide whether you win or you lose based off of the evidence provided. So it was a hearing, and hey, if you're gonna come after me, then come after me with some info. Like come after me with like documentation. The second I was charged, I had a team of people working on this.
Well, that's why you're innocent until proven guilty.
100% innocent.
Was it the Scouts of Iron Man? Was it the organization who came after you, or the parents?
No, organization.
So the organization, a different organization.
Yeah, different organization. And to be 100% honest, I would too. And if I was an association member or an executive on an association, you have to protect your home court, right? You got to protect your people. You got to protect what you've worked to build. And I completely understand that 100%. And I would do the same thing. So like I have no ill will at all towards any of that stuff at all. Like I would do the exact same thing. It's like you got to fight for what you've built and protect your boundary. Absolutely. So like no ill will, just like, but I was prepared. Like I was like, that's it. Come after me. I'm gonna put the work in.
Yeah, you definitely got to fight for your right to party there. But I think that if you're gonna charge someone for anything, you got to have at least more than one Facebook post, unless that Facebook post is you, and you accidentally posted your text message that you were trying to send to the parents. Other than that, yeah, it's not a. It's a hard.
We stumbled onto like just story time. So I was stupid back when I was young, like very, very stupid. And we talked about this in terms of like starting goalie schools and trying to recruit players and all that stuff. When I was young, I was just hungry. I just wanted to grow and build, and like I was aggressive. When I first got into coaching, I was 23 when I got my first head coaching job, and I was coaching Hagersville Hawks. Back then, they were a junior D team. And we were affiliated with the Caledonia Corvairs junior C team. So when I got that team, we were 9 games under 500. I had to completely rebuild that team. And I didn't care. I went on Facebook. I was Facebook Messenger, DMing all these kids that played for Caledonia, played Hamilton High School. Like I DM'd probably 300 kids. Like in writing, like blatantly tampering. And we were affiliated with Caledonia, and I was going after like Caledonia players, which was stupid. That was a big mistake. Their coach got these text messages and just started like, it came after us. And I was like, yeah, like I'm just trying to rebuild a winning team. I completely stupid. That was on me. Just ignorant, didn't understand, ruined the relationship between the two associations. Like not very, very smart. So I've learned a lot of lessons in terms of how you cannot contact players. But that's how that would have been 17 years ago. I was 23. I'm 40 now, so 17 years ago. And I've got my hand slapped a few times for that. So, but you know who got me in trouble? You know him. Alec Boyd's the one who got me in trouble. He's the one that slipped that DM on Facebook over to his coach. And he's the one I was like, who ended up actually coming and play for us for 3 years after that. So he got me in trouble. Then 2 months later, called me and said, "Hey, Boosh, can I come play?" I was like, "Yeah, man, okay, come on, let's go." And he was a good player.
We all know how that turned out. So best thing in his life. Inside jokes there. Well, obviously, you're a prime suspect for any tampering now. You've got a history. What Hagersville for a junior D team. I'm assuming they still have the same locker room that was like revamped and stuff.
The same locker. Same locker room. Nothing has changed. I don't believe. I've been there a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they still have the spittoons?
The what?
It's like the pots, the spittoons, like for chew.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I doubt it. But yeah, they used to have like the spitting cups.
Yeah, because everyone know it. Like a lot of people still chew, but every now everyone just has Zin and you swallow it. But they this was a time back in the day where it was just part of it. So to keep the floors clean, instead of just spitting on the floor, they had specially branded buckets or tubes for the players to spit their chew into, so that it's the floor. So Team supply. Yeah, that's a chew D story. All right, let's talk a little bit here because I think you're gonna two things. You're gonna make a video on Christmas gifts, and I think we could throw out just a little podcast episode. And at the very end, I already pulled up the video, and I will scroll through it and pick a random comment for free training. On what's your outside of Easy Crease, which I think is a fantastic gift. What do you have on your list?
Oh, I love this. So Christmas, you know what? First of all, I love Christmas, and I love being a goalie coach around Christmas. Like it's the best because there's like new gear, everyone gets cool sticks. I just spent $500 on a pulse because I'm just stupid and I make bad bets with my kid, and I mean whatever works. But Christmas gift number one, if you're a goalie, and honest God, like this is like if you're a goalie and you're a goalie parent, number one thing you got to get your kid for Christmas is an extra pair of blades. Like every goalie needs 2 sets of blades, sharpened, ready to go. Blades use change in 5 seconds. Like you need to have a second set of blades. That's number one. And like this is, yeah, you know what? Maybe the kid's not having fun. Like, oh, I got blades. But as a parent, I am jacked up about 2 sets of blades. Like that makes me happy. That's number one. Number two, postcards. Like the what are they called again? Like what's the name? The actual name?
The brand is Edge Protect.
Edge Protect. Right? I think it's by a guy from
Well, it's
Detroit.
No, it's Joe Messina. He's here. He's also Pegs, Bandit Goaltending, Mass Marvel, Second State Leather Company.
Yeah, so Bandits, yeah. Edge Protect, you can get them, I think, well, now I see them in all the stores here, like Pro Hockey Life's got them.
Yeah, you
Just the reports. Yeah, I used to have to just buy them off of, like, straight from Joe off the website. But I've had a pair on ice for probably 6 years, using every day, hundreds of goalies. It's a rubber postcard that goalies can put in their bag and they can put it on for practice. Goalie takes it out, put it on the post. It's just a rubber thing that keeps the skate blade from hitting the post and losing an edge, and just protects your skates. And it protects your pads from getting that red stuff on if you're doing like a lot of training and working on RVHs. You don't get that rust on your pads too. So it protects your pads, protects your skate blades, but it's a no-brainer. They're maybe $80? $80 for a set, and they'll last you for life. They would last for life.
I own 6 to 3 sets. I think I've in my entire playing class coaching career, because some of them are the same, I think I've only gone through 1. And so what I've done too is like there's a level, like almost all skates hit the same spot. And so once that had a hole in it, I just cut that part off and then shrank it back down. So I kept using it. So great. That is a great gift.
Number one, yeah, like get your kids some Edge Protects, put them on in practice.
We should have prepped and like got affiliate codes for these things. Maybe we'll get them after, but
you're right. We're just not very smart. Like we just did this.
I don't even understand Seinfeld, so
yeah, and so I can't expect you to run any part of this podcast as a business. Yeah, but those are sick. Do those, honest to God. Number 3, I would say. I mean, it's pretty late now, but I like mask wraps. Like I talked about mask wraps before, like getting your kid a mask wrap. Like you would have had to obviously do that probably back in like beginning of November, but they're moving quick. Now, one thing I'll say about mask wraps is the customer service is horrendous. Horrendous. But the product and their workmanship is top notch. So the one thing about a mask is like once you get the mask, you don't care how long it took or how much of a pain it was to get what you want, because once you get the finished product, you're pumped because their work is top notch. And I have no affiliation because I wouldn't go on there here and say they are the worst customer service in the world, but the product is unreal and I get 0 kickback. But I go every year, Westing gets a new helmet because we switch teams every year. Yay, open borders. But unbelievably good job. Mask wraps in Oakville, Ontario. If you look up mask wraps on Google, it'll pop up. You got one?
Couple, like decent pigs. So, we like I like the cement pigs, and also like the pro pegs. Pro pegs, again, not very actually atrocious customer service, but the cement pigs, very good customer service. He's coming out with another new design, but the practice ones are very solid. I use those now exclusively over the green ones, just to have them in your bag. Like going to practice, if your rink doesn't have them, just bring them yourself, peg your net, make sure you take them on the way out. You can even probably use them in games if refs aren't going to give you a hard time, but just having decent pigs is a necessity. When I travel to coach, I have 4 sets of pegs in my bag for camps because that's part of the investment I made. We said easy crease. Oh, this one's a little bit for the coaches that might be listening. So my toes get very cold in my skates, and I have done everything. Tried the ski socks, all this stuff. The power skating coach here, Carrie Keel, recommended polypropylene hunting socks. And I was like, all right, sure. So I went to Cabela's. They're $12 for 2 pairs. They are the thinnest things I've ever seen. And I was like, this isn't going to work. Feet don't get cold. Just wicks the moisture right off. It's insane. So now I'm big believer in this polypropylene socks. Don't even know what polypropylene is. Something about propane apparently. But yeah, no, really recommend that for coaches. For players, make sure you get cut resistant socks. We've had 2 players that this year, not from Fox, but local organizations who've got pretty decent cuts in their calves. Get cut resistant socks. Wear them because you don't want to deal with that.
Perfect opportunity for you to pump Warroad because they do the best cut resistant under like base layer stuff. Their stuff is really good.
Very good. If you follow it, hopefully you follow us on social. We'll be doing like a Warroad order. I got to figure out the best way I've never had to really sell physical products before, and now I do that. Haven't figured out the infrastructure just yet. So right now we just do all of our ordering in house. I mean, now's a great time for a shameless plug. I would say
it has been 50 minutes, so you might as well
haven't done it yet. No, I'm not. It's not even going to be the Labs app, which would be a good one. Is like a mobility program for goalies. That's what I get asked the most, like mobility. And I've created mobility programs forever, but today I finally, after getting up at 5 a.m. to finish doing it, created. I'm just calling it the complete mobility solution, and it is 4 different types of programs in one. So it's one subscription. There is a goalies only one. So for goalies to get wider butterfly, middle splits, all that stuff. There is a full body. There is a lower body, and then there is a upper body. And you can just pick and choose between them. So maybe one day you want to do upper, one day you want to do lower. Perfect. Today you want to do full, or you're a goalie, you just want to run the goalie program. So this is for all hockey players. And it is 365 days of programming for each track. And I don't even know what 365 times 4 is, but I went in and programmed and filmed all the exercises for this. So I've been working like a psycho. Go check that out. I'll link it down below. If you want to look at it, you can't miss. You can't miss with it because everything is done for you. So as long as you go and do the work, you will get better. You know what I think is funny is you're a big, like Weston big fans, mystery minis. It's literally just gambling for children. You know that. I didn't realize that until my squirt major team came in and they're like, coach, the new mystery minis just dropped at BNR. And I was like, oh, Weston loves mystery mini. That's pretty cool. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, they're like, I hope I get this. Like, that's gambling. That's like loot boxes and video games that have been banned because it's gambling. It's gambling for kids.
You're not wrong. I never thought of it like that, but you want to talk about addiction? It's addiction. Yeah, it's addiction. And well played by Bauer, CCM, and now Sherwood got him. Like, well played. but those damn things that cost me so much money.
Very good idea. Gambling is always a good business idea, ethically. But it's just so much. They're so much better than the mini sticks that we had that were all white with a little thing you put on like the stove.
I'm up on the stove and you're like this.
I'm just thinking about like the white hockey, like the white goalie stick ones. And now I got kids that their mystery minis are better than the sticks that I was using when I was playing juniors. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, you never thought of it as gambling, you're right. What about, I know, like, if we want to talk about fun gifts, kids, like, if you give a kid, they're going to be excited about it. And, that's what Christmas is about. But Oculus and Sensorina, like, that's something that, kids will love that. So if you need an idea, like an Oculus, I think they're US are probably down to about $400. I think still in Canada, they're about $600, I want to say. So it's an investment, but I mean, you're just spending $2,000 on a PlayStation 5. We can do an Oculus and a Sensorina. I'm not a fan of it. If you use it in conjunction with a lot of things, I think it's fine. We talked about it lots of times, but that's a fun gift that a kid would be super excited to get. On Christmas this morning,
I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm not a massive fan of it as it's not a replacement for training. It's a supplement. However, injury. It's good if you are injured and you are not able to get on the ice. This is not backed by scientific research, but it is backed by anecdote. It is a pretty good way to keep up with some tracking and feeling confident on your time off. And I had an athlete who severely injured their knee. And I said, listen, you're going to be out for a while. Go grab Sensorina. Keep your eyes dialed. It will keep you engaged. It will give you something to look forward to do every day since you can't go to practice and be on the ice.
and yep. And last one for the parents. I know, like, some parents, first of all, they can't count because they all think their kids get 70 shots a game. But if you're a parent out there and you like to know how many shots, go on Amazon. You got little clickers, and you just put in your pocket, and you can just click and keep shots in without having actually. And then it shows you the number at the end, and then you can see, hey, my kid didn't get 70 shots, but he only got 18 shots. But that's like $6. And I don't do that anymore. I did that on U9. My kid didn't play very well a couple games, and I threw that against the brick wall, and they're all shattered. So my life is significantly easier since I stopped caring how many shots he was getting and trying to figure out his stats every game. So
My
that's
cousin,
parents.
I'm too of a nervous guy, so like I'd be see like this, and I'd be like, "Oh man, my kid had 450 shots." Holy, what a change!
I did that at U8, U9. I would keep track of shots, and it just added so much stress. Now I don't do video with him. I don't keep track of his shots. I don't ever look at his stats because I don't care. It makes my life way, way easier. So that's my Christmas. And if you want, I mean, if you want to go gear wise for a Christmas gift, buy your kid a Bauer stick. If he is U11, even U10, and he's a little bit tall, just go to a 23-inch stick because at 23-inch, they make the sticks significantly better. And then he can use a 23-inch stick for probably the next 3 years. And you can spend $500 on a stick like I do because I'm stupid. But Bauer Fly Lights, Bauer Shadows are the best sticks on the market. Bauer doesn't pay me anything, so I'm telling you the truth. But if you want to spend $399 on a stick, hit up a Bauer Fly Light or even the Fly Pro, which is the second line down. You can get them for like $220. They're really, really good sticks. So if your kid needs a stick for Christmas, don't buy him a Warrior. Don't buy him a CCM. Go buy a Bauer Fly Pro if you want something reasonable. If you're an idiot and you want to spend all your money like I am because you just love goalie equipment, then go with a Fly Light.
My last two gifts. One is for the parents. The other is a little bit of a mix. Parents, arenas are cold, like we talked about. Heated vest. You get them on Amazon, about $100. Wow, unbelievable! If you're sitting in the stands,
Heated underwear.
That's a thing.
I don't know. It should be. Heated underwear would be.
I'm assuming it is. Mind you, so I'm not a hunter. I'm actually not a manly man anyways, but when I went to get those socks at Cabela's, one, I'm in America, so there's just like guns. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, sweet. I could kill some things with this. And then, but there was like a lot of like things that keep hunters warm. I was like, these would be great for parents in the stands and the coaching jackets. But I have like a heated vest I got on Amazon for like when I have a lot of shooters and I don't have to shoot, I do get very cold standing there. And the last one goes both for parents and kids is pad skins. Very good
I forgot. That's it.
very good customer service, but it is so fun. If you are even slightly creative or have a creative bone and you like goalie gear, you can design your own with pad skins. Like you just need an X-Acto knife. You can do some awesome stuff. The kids love it. I'm like, I have pad skins was great in that they sent me a ton. So whenever my goalies just get plain white gear, it's like, here's pad skins. Go do something cool with it. And especially when they do it with their parents, it's like a school project where the parents do it all and they come out with really awesome designs. So
the best thing about pad skins, like I wish I said pad skins because that was the best one. But the best thing about pad skins is you can, whatever you do, you can take it off and do something different. You can change your pads in the middle of the year. Like
if those were around when I played, I would have made my dad. I wouldn't have done it. I would have made my dad basically give me a new design every month because that's the best part. That's why I love goaltending. That's why I pro when I got multiple sets of gear. I didn't rock the same design. Every time I got a new set, it was always a new design. Didn't matter if I was playing well. It was just like, let's get something new and sick. Like, and you can get full face. Like if you want, let's just say you have a pad and you want like basically Gitcha print or whatever the term would be, you can get that made. And it's just one big sticker.
pad skins does that? I didn't know they did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, really? Oh yeah. So they'll do a design on like the full side, like one.
Yep. Really? Just like, and then like you cut it at the boot and it goes over. So I never used it, but when I was in Reading, I was rocking my all green Florida Everblades gear, and we were 1 point away from playoffs. If we made playoffs, they had already like had it ready to go, rush ordered full face purple for the pads and stuff. And I was like, damn it, I could have another set of gear, like sick.
Oh, that's cool. And I'm gonna call out parents right now. Those parents that just heard us talk about how great pad skins are, that immediately in their mind thought, oh, I can do that with my cricket at home and just make vinyl and put it on the pads. Get off your wallet. Like, I know so many parents that do that. It comes off, it falls off because it's not pad skins. Don't be a parent that is going to do a design because you're too cheap to spend $70 for pad skins, but you're going to spend all this time doing it on your cricket and it's going to fall off in a week because you're too cheap. Enough is enough. No more cricket vinyl on your pads. No more duct tape. I see that all the time. They just go to the dollar store and buy duct tape color because they're too cheap to buy pad skins. Number one, pad skins, Canadian company. They're in Orangeville, Ontario. Number two, they're awesome. So get off your wallet. No more cricket vinyl.
And number three, it lasts a long time. I've had goalies go forever, more than one season, the same pad skins. It's a lot of duct tape that you got to buy to go that long. So in the end,
the duct tape looks
bad.
It looks pretty good. If you do it well, it looks good. But it up close looks bad. And and once it gets water in behind it because the plastic sheeting, once water gets inside, it just falls off. So like, okay, good. You spent $5 on orange duct tape. Cool. Spend $70 on pad skins and like it's $70. If your kid's playing high level hockey, $70 is nothing to you.
All right. I gotta run because I have a patient pretty soon here. So
Good.
any
I have to pee.
last minute party shots.
Parting shots. Welcome to Crazy Time of Open Borders. I'm sure we'll have more stories to get the most amount of clicks and views. So we're gonna keep bringing what the people want. And other than that, who's getting my free training?
Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna say we talked about it for 5 minutes, but obviously this episode is gonna be titled Open Borders. So I picked the wedding vlog, obviously. So I'm just gonna scroll. Yeah. LEG 6542.
LEG 6542.
I'll send you a screenshot of it. Well, she also commented Silverstein the Afterglow, so she's good taste in music.
All right.
Scratch LEG. Bouge will reach out to you, and if you're listening, or if you get to it first, reach out to Bouge. And my parting shot is I am shouting out myself for a bucket list thing that happened, so that's pretty cool. So I am a very big coffee person, like fancy coffee. Spent a lot of money on it. The coffee shop that made me fall in love with coffee is called Madcap Cafe. They are in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Went there for the first time in college, and I was like, this is unbelievable. Whenever I was in the American League and we played Grand Rapids, the first thing I did as soon as I got off the plane was go to Madcap. And I was lucky enough that my dad, who was a double-double Tim Hortons guy for life, we went in playoffs one year, and we had a coffee flight of these very fancy coffees, and he loved it. And for me, it was a really cool bonding moment that I remember forever with my dad, and sometimes he still brings it up. We're sponsored. The gym and myself are now sponsored by Madcap. And part of the deal, I reached out to them and I said, this is what's going on. I have a coffee machine. I've been diehard for life. Like, what can we do? You're Grand Rapids and Michigan based. Like, I'm Grand Rapids, Michigan based. Met with Jake, one of the sales guys, and we were talking, and he's like, okay, like, we don't have a big budget, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, I'm not in this for money. Like, I don't want any money in this. Like, all I want is just some coffee and represent the brand and help you guys grow. And if I can get an affiliate code and have people buy your coffee at a saving money when buying it, don't give me money. I straight up said, do not give me money. If you guys are doing well and the codes, just give me some more coffee and some swag, because I love it. And so we are now going to all my employees get to Madcap coffee. We are going to have our own coffee, like Ghost Performance, Ghost Rehab coffee that we're going to have, or just be able to sell or buy and be able to gift it. They're going to flag up in our gym. So I'm just going to be a huge, I don't even say a shill, because like I couldn't have been any happier that this happened, because it's one of the few brands that that's been like, I need to work with Madcap. So I'm very excited. If you follow on socials, I'll be posting discounts. But if you like coffee, get Madcap coffee. It is 10 out of 10 the best coffee in the entire world. And I have no financial gain from this. It's just because it is the coffee that made me fall in love with coffee. So I cannot wait to bring a couple bags home Christmas and have you butcher it in whatever K-cup machine that you're going to use. But at the very least, you'll still enjoy it.
As much as you love like fancy, woke, hipster coffee, I love terrible bad arena. Worse it is, the better and more romantic it is for me. Like I've always said, there's something romantic about bad arena coffee that I just can't get against.
Yes, there is, because it reminds me of every small town Canadian arena and that smell that you walk into. But when you have bad coffee and then you have real coffee where you taste it and it's been brewed well, you're just like, it's like wine. Like whether it doesn't have to be expensive wine, but when you have a good wine, that like a truly good wine, you're like, okay, that box stuff that I've been drinking at my grandparents' house doesn't cut it. And so that's the way it is for coffee with me. And Madcap is the OG. And even like they have ready to drinks. So in my fridge, and it helps that we have a very similar branding aesthetic. But you can tell on my face, I'm just fired up about this, because like this is my dream here.
I'm happy that you're happy. I have to pee. So we have to end this episode. And I'm gonna go and brew a K-cup Tim Horton dark roast in my fancy sweater mug. But who won LEG?
LOG
Boujon at hotmail.com.
LOG 6542 on YouTube.
Yep. I hope the purpose of this giveaway was hopefully for a child. So I hope LEG is either a child or has a child. But welcome to the Blue Jay goaltending camp in July 2026. 3 week on me. Christmas gift. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. What are we supposed to say? Happy holidays. Luis Navidad. Melis was fired up. Well, yeah.
I'm only woke for coffee.
Anybody wants to sponsor, reach out to us so that Jamie can get more free stuff and I can just keep trying to lose some damn weight. Peace.